बंधु मोय सावधान माते बंधु मोय सावधान माते हर प्रसाद बाय ए बाबा तोरिया जाय कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो यहाँ होते गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्या चित्त कोरिया आख्या आराधना कोरी हो माने आशा आराधना कोरी हो माने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे राती ऐसे उत्तम गति ये प्रसाद पूरे सर्वा आशा ये प्रसाद पूरे सर्वा आशा चक्षुदान दिलो ये जन्मे जमने प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित जीवनात् लोकेर जीवना Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
ISKCON Coventry, Guru Shila Prabhupada, ISKCON Guru Vrinda ki, Gaura Prema. Oh, glory to the Son of God. Oh, glory to the Son of God.
Play when you're not hitting it so hard, yeah?
Are you using this mic?
Oh, we can use all three, yes. Okay, we're going to try. Let me just see. Krishna Hare Krishna.
Remember, don't get too fast. Stay steady, because you can play them. You've got to cycle. Stay steady with the tempo. Because when you slow kick, then it's the same beat
So
for like 10
it's going to be
minutes.
that. No. This is not six. It's not 2 beat. This is normal. Just normal. 1, 2, 3. Krishna Hare Krishna. That's it.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Jai Ho.
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Jai Jai Shri
Shri
Ram.
Krishna.
Round of applause for Nimai. And for Om on the next generation.
And for Guru Seva for singing.
What is stop?
Beautiful. You liked it?
I want to save the
Good,
room.
isn't it?
Enjoying that.
It's from the heart. They were all this small and they're growing in this temple. So on Sunday, even there's a Sunday teacher, so she takes children, so makes them learn about Gita and other things and all that. And they all grow to at least know their dharma, you know. Otherwise, in this country, they can forget very easily.
Not even India.
Oh, even in Bharat now. Yeah, they're all heading towards the west, you know. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, we have a Zoom program daily, you know, in the evening, because we can't always come here.
It's, I think 6:30 or
7:30. And then, yeah, and then on YouTube as well, this program. So, is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's on. It's on the Zoom as well. So you can either come or get in touch. But it'd be nice to have you. Okay.
Next
You wanna
one.
do another?
Unless you want to do one.
No, my voice is gone after 2 days reading. So you carry on.
Unless anyone else.
voice was gone in rhythm.
Huh?
Prakash's voice, he could barely take the last
Really?
6 chapters.
Yeah.
He's struggling to raise his voice.
Good.
Carry on like that, Nimai.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
This is the start. That's good.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Well done, Nimai. Well done, all. Well done, the team. Good, boy. Were you two together? Very good.
Very good, yes.
Okay.
And you alone.
Prabhu, I'll play Mridanga then. was Nimai.
Is that a new star?
Samurai haircut.
छोटा करता चाहिए नहीं आप इधर है
ये तो निकल गया ये रबड़ है ना
Super glue. Yeah. Super glue. We have to super glue one of the keys.
If you press it down, it should stay.
जी को भजन गाने का एक भजन हो जाए सरकार এটা গান নিজ বলতে গান পুকারে যায়
You can sing afterwards.
no I'm asking him to sing
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh, echo, okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Everybody sing
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
It's off.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna.
Use the mic.
Hare Rama
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Bolo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Lord Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
गोविंद राधे बोलो गोपाल 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 राधे
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद
बोलो जय जय श्री राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे
बोलो राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे बोलो जय जय श्री राधे
जय हो
सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम बोलो वृंदावन धाम की
Jai Ho. Oh, echo. Feel like I'm in the bathroom. Yeah. So welcome everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this kirtan. Yesterday's satsang was so amazing. You know, we read the whole Bhagavad Gita. Now we went to rugby. We read further again. And you can see all these pictures here. And Srila Prabhupada got his disciples to paint so nicely. Wherever we go in Bharat even, and when it's to do with Gita, they always use ISKCON pictures. How to visualize what happened at the battle. युद्ध में क्या हुआ तो युद्ध में भी कितनी अच्छी दृष्टि है. Look at the arrangement. Krishna is there, Arjuna is there, the Rath. And so I would like to ask Guru Sevak Prabhu to talk a little bit about Kurukshetra, because in our lives there's always battles, and battles are usually with our own people. You know, we hardly have maybe some neighbors once in a while, but usually it's disagreement. You know, we don't get along, or different opinions. And even this war was like that. It's between cousins. And Krishna is there. And similarly in our lives as well, whenever we have a quarrel, each person feels they are right. And truth is Krishna. So they think Krishna is with them. Other person also thinks like that. And then you have upset and whatever. Bhagavad Gita is just to show you what your duty is. If you don't know what your duty is, you are going to suffer. But if you know your duty, even if there's a conflict, you come out of it with Krishna on your side. So if you notice, we chant the Mahamantra. This Mahamantra is so powerful that even if you have these struggles in your life, challenges in your life, you keep chanting the Mahamantra, it means you are keeping Krishna with you. You're associating with Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada came to the West and he got everybody to chant, whether it's American, Russian, or whoever. And we Bharati people have forgotten, but we're getting better. We're picking it up. And it's really, really heartwarming that the children are coming here, learning the skills, not of fighting, although they can be fighters as well, I'm sure, but to play mardanga, to sing. This is very, very beautiful. And Srila Prabhupada had this program that all the generations, from young to old, they chant the Mahamantra. And what happens when you chant the Mahamantra, it purifies your heart. So please keep looking at the pictures. So if Guru Seva can take us through Kurukshetra battle thing, whatever you have, and we're looking forward to hear that. Thank you very much.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Sachinta Chand ki.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Very well, everyone. Welcome to Sunday program. As you can see, we just had the Bhagavad Gita reading yesterday, the entire Bhagavad Gita. So all the devotees came to temple that day, so that's why it's a little empty today. Also this morning in Rugby, they also read the entire Gita, which was lovely. And so the topic I thought to speak today is the topic of the actual battle in Kurukshetra. Because we see it, and we see that there were two armies facing each other. So, like they say, you don't usually pick a fight with the person in the street. You don't just go out to the street and punch someone and pick a fight with them. You're usually within family members or friends that you know. So similarly, this fight was between the Pandavas and Kauravas, who were related. So, at the start, before the battle was about to happen, there's the Pandav side and the Kaurav side. And then you had Lord Krishna in the Yadu dynasty. Now, the Yadu dynasty, all the different kings had decided what side they were going to be on. So many of the kings, because Duryodhan was with Bhishma there. Now, Duryodhan originally had wanted Karan to be his commander-in-chief. And Karan told him, this is okay, very nice. Because, but if I am your commander-in-chief, because people think of me as Sutaputra, meaning son of a charioteer, and in fact, even in Bhagavad Gita, if you look in the 10th chapter we were reading, when Arjun describes all of the different personalities going into Lord Vishnu's mouth, he says Sutaputra there, for Karan. Whereas when Krishna replies later, saying Bhishma, Karan and all of them are destroyed, in the shlokas it says, look, Krishna says Karan. Because Lord Krishna knew the origin of Karan's birth, whereas Arjun didn't. So Karan said to Duryodhan, if you choose me as your commander-in-chief, it's fine, I'll do it. But all of these kings that will have allied themselves with Bhishma won't come. He goes, so you'll be vastly outnumbered. He goes, so look, I'll fight for you, that's no problem. But make Bhishma the commander. Everyone knows in the whole of Bharat that Bhishma Dev is an absolutely legendary fighter. He's so legendary, in fact, he's trained by Parshuram, and he was basically invincible. He's like over 300 to 400 years old, never been beaten. He even faced Parshuramji in battle, and was able to, he fought for so many days continuously. This was at Kurukshetra. And he said that Bhishma Dev, in his previous life, he was one of the Devtas, and he had remembered and he had learnt a divine weapon from then.
So when he's fighting Parshuram, they were trading divine weapons, and it got to a weapon where Bhishma Dev recalled it from his previous life and was going to use that against Parshuramji. And Akashvani came and said, wait, don't use this. He goes, your spiritual master doesn't know about this weapon. He won't be able to counter it. So Bhishma Dev had the weapon there and didn't use it. And Parshuramji was so pleased with him. Obviously, he's the incarnation of the Lord. So he blessed him. So everyone knew this, that Bhishma Dev even defeated Parshuramji. So Duryodhan said, Karan said to Duryodhan, look, make Bhishma Dev your commander, I will fight alongside him. What he didn't realize was Bhishma Dev knew who Karan was. So for the first 10 days, while Bhishma Dev was commanding Duryodhan's army, he didn't let Karan fight. And because he knew they were both sons of Kunti. And also, Karan had done tapasya, and he was known very much as a dani, someone that would give donation. And I'm going to jump around a little bit here because obviously because of context. At the time when Kurukshetra battle happened and they found out that Karan was actually when he got killed by Arjun, they found Kunti Mata grieving there. And Arjun came to her and said, why are you grieving? This is my arch enemy. This is the person that could potentially have beaten me. He's our arch enemy. Why are you crying? And she goes, you don't understand. That's actually your brother. And they were shocked. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was so upset, he actually cursed the whole of womankind, saying that you will not be able to keep a secret for very long. Take from that what you will. But later, he cursed the whole of womankind, saying, you will not be able to keep a secret for very long, and you'll have to tell it to somebody. So, this was because Kunti Devi, since birth of Karan, had hid that it was actually her son. So they went to Lord Krishna and they said, Krishna, you must have known this. You're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, in the 10th chapter, when they were reading this morning, I was reading the actual English. And it's quite frightening. We're used to reading the Sanskrit and we say, the Sanskrit is beautiful. When you're reading what Arjun's actually saying, he's like, I'm terrified. Your face, look, there's a picture, where is the picture? On the altar there. All the faces, Krishna seeing, not just like in a picture. Imagine right in front of you, everywhere is Krishna's faces. There's fire coming out. One looks like the sun, one's like death. And Arjun's freaking out because this whole thing is in front of him. And he's praying to Krishna saying, look, I know I asked for this, but please show me your two-armed form because it's frightening me. So Krishna, once having heard that, he realized, he actually said in there, oh Vishnu, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I realize this now. He said, sorry if sometimes in jest I said, hey Yadav, hey Saketi, hey my friend. He goes, sometimes joking with you, because I realize now, my God, you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Arjun went to Krishna and said, you must have known. You must have known. And Krishna said, of course I knew. He said, but there's a reason behind this. He said, you and Karan, despite being brothers, have always been enemies. And Arjun said, this is odd. How have we always been enemies? He goes, you don't understand. In your previous birth, me and you came as Nar Narayan. And there was a demon called Sahasra Kavach. Now this demon was done loads of tapasya for Surya Dev. He had done tapasya for Surya Dev for so many years. And Surya Dev had given him a kavach. And he did more penance. Surya Dev gave him another kavach, another one, and he gave him 1,000 kavachas. 1,000, that's what's called Sahasra Kavach. Now, Surya Dev gave him a special blessing, saying that only a person that does tapasya for 1,000 years can break this kavach. But when he breaks it, he will die immediately. He goes, you got 1,000 of them. He goes, so you're pretty much invincible. So this Sahasra Kavach went around the universe challenging everyone, defeating them. And the demigods came and they came to Narayan and said, you need to do something, because the incarnation of the Lord was there. Then they said, this Sahasra Kavach is destroying like all the demigods and like defeating us. So when they went to face them, they realized, Narayana did, that if we do tapasya for 1,000 years and fight him, we'll die. So Lord Shivji appeared and actually gave them Mahamritanjay mantra. This is where it comes from. He said, you do tapasya for 1,000 years and I'll give you this Mahamritanjay mantra, which if you chant it into the ear of the person that's passed away, they'll come alive again. So, Sahasra Kavach, how that was going around the different people, challenging them. So he went to Varun Devta, went to the mountain ranges and everything like that. And they had done a plan to point him in the direction of Narayan, saying, there's these personalities there can fight very nicely. So Sahasra Kavach goes, right, I'll go and fight them. So what actually happened was, when he approached them, he started to fight with Narayan. So what they did was, Narayan is actually Krishna and Arjun reincarnated. So that was one of their original incarnations. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjun, many lives you and I have passed. You don't remember them, but I do. So one of Narayan will start fighting Sahasra Kavach, while the other is doing tapasya. And they keep him engaged for 1,000 years. When one of Narayan would finish their tapasya for 1,000 years, then they could break his kavach. Then the other one would fight, break a kavach, and die. The other one of Narayan would come and whisper Mahamritanjay mantra into his ear, and he'd come alive again. Then the other one would start doing tapasya while they engaged him. And so using this technique, they destroyed 999 of the kavachas, all the way down to that last one. And Sahasra Kavach got worried then. He's thinking, they're defeating me. They've figured out a way around this. So he went to Suryadev and says, you have to help me. I'm going to die. They'll defeat me now. And Suryadev said, don't worry, I'll protect you. So when he hid then, and then Lord Brahma came to him and said, this demon that you're hiding, bring him forward. He has to fight. No. He goes, no, I'm protecting him. Suryadev said, he's under my protection now. So Suryadev was cursed by Lord Brahma to say, you will appear in Dvarpa Yuga, and this Sahasra Kavach, the demon, you will appear together as one incarnation, and you'll come into Lord Krishna's pastimes. Now that was Karan. That was Karan. And Krishna and Arjun were Narayan reincarnated. So Krishna says to Arjun, you and Karan were always enemies, even though you're brothers. So you can see in that, the reason why at the start of the battle, they asked who's the most dangerous person in the battle. And this was before Karan had lost his armor. They said, well, Karan's invincible. So it'll just be him left fighting and everyone else will be dead. And Krishna said to, Indradev actually came and said, look, my son, if he faces Karan, he'll die. Because he has to do 1,000 years of tapasya to be able to break that kavach. And if he breaks it, he'll die on the spot. So Karan was known to be very much dani, giving loads of donation. And it says in Bhagavad Gita, we read it, that one of the qualities of a kshatriya is to be very generous. It's not just that you can go and fight and beat someone up. One of their main qualities was anytime someone asked for something from them, they would just give it. So every day Karan would do worship of Suryadev. And he would actually, after that worship, he would give donation of anything anyone asked. So Indra came at that time. And Suryadev warned him the night before, saying, look, son, tomorrow Indra's going to come and ask for your kavach. Say no to him. And he goes, look, I can't say no. I'm a kshatriya. If anyone asks for anything, I'll give it. And it's funny, even at Rajasuya Yagya, when, I think Vidankul told this katha many times, when they needed firewood and all of the firewood was dried up and they said there's sandalwood we need for the yagya and they couldn't find anywhere. And then Krishna said, go and ask Karan. And Arjun's like, why Karan? He goes, because on his palace, the doors, the gates are made out of sandalwood. He broke his own palace gates and gave them for the Rajasuya sacrifice. And that's his enemy. So you can see, Kshatriya is so amazing that they'll just give donation like that. So Indradev came at that time and he asked him, he said, I've heard he disguised himself and said, I've heard you're great Kshatriya and you give donation. I want to take something from you. And he goes, anything you want, I'll give. He goes, this kavach, this kundal, give it to me. And he goes, no, these are part of my body. Because he knew it was Indra. He goes, anything else you can ask. He goes, no, I'm asking for this. So he got a knife and actually cut these earrings and the kavach off. And Indra was so impressed with this. And it's actually part of his body, so there's blood and everything like that. Indra was so impressed, he showed him his real form. He said, I'm actually Indra. He goes, ask me for something. And he asked for his Shakti Astra. That, again, invincible. I think it was Vajra maybe. So, in the battle, Bhishma Dev knew if he's fighting and Karan's there at the same time, Karan will end up going in front of Arjun and using this Shakti Astra and kill him straight away. So while Bhishma Dev was there, he didn't want Karan to fight. So he stopped him like that. So all the kings had assigned themselves either to Bhishma Dev essentially and Duryodhan or the Pandavas. So Krishna was the one outstanding left because the Yadavas were separate. They were related to both camps. I think was it Duryodhan's daughter Lakshmana was married to Samba and Duryodhan was also Balaramji's disciple. How crazy is this, isn't it? Think about it. Wouldn't we love to have Lord Balaram as your spiritual master? Can you imagine, think about it. You'd be in the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet, look at Duryodhan's character. Even after he's associated with the Lord personally, and the Lord is teaching him, he still didn't give up his bad habits. What does that mean? Why do you think that happened? Why is it? It's a good question. Why, when he had the association of Balaramji, who is Nityanand Prabhu, why did his characteristic not change? Yeah, it could be. He desired to learn something. He wanted to take something from his spiritual master. He wanted to take the Gadayud. He didn't care about all the rest of the stuff. So just like Krishna says, many people come to him under different pretexts. Don't think everyone who comes in the temple and pay obeisances is some great devotee. Sometimes they're coming for something. Give me something material. Give me something this. But the devotee that's coming for something spiritual, that's what they get. This is the difference. So even though he had the association of Balaramji, he didn't change his ways because he was coming for something, because he realized out of all these people, Balaramji is the best fighter, the best in Gadayud. So Krishna was obviously related to the Pandavas. So is it Vasudev's, in his house, I think Surashen's house, sister is Kunti. Yeah. So they were related like that. Krishna's related to both sides. So when they went there, everyone thought, hold on, we better go and get Krishna's army, because he had an incredible army. So Krishna was sleeping in Dwarka. Arjun and Duryodhan both went there. Arjun happened to come first, or Duryodhan came first, and was sitting at the head of Lord Krishna. And Arjun came afterwards and touched the Lord's feet. So the Lord opened his eyes and saw Arjun. He goes, Arjun, what have you come to ask me? And Duryodhan tapped him on the shoulder and goes, hey, I was here first. And he's like, yeah, okay, but I saw Arjun first. And he goes, no, I was here first. And Krishna said, look, he's younger than you as well. You should give him the opportunity first. So Arjun, Krishna said, there's two things. I'll give you either my Narayani Sena, which is massive. The Yadu dynasty was pretty much invincible. And because they're in Dwarka, away from everyone, no one could ever defeat them. Like the Yadu dynasty was very much feared because, in fact, all the demigods had taken birth in the Yadu dynasty. Every one of their fighters was absolutely incredible. And do you know, in Mahabharata, they didn't send all their fighters at all. I think they just sent two or three fighters they sent. I think Satyaki came from there, and Kritavarma, and then the army. They didn't send like Samba and all of Pradyumna and all of them, otherwise they would have just destroyed them because they're the incarnations of the Lord. So Arjun was asked, Krishna said, what do you want? You can either have me, but I won't fight, or you can have my army. And think about it. It's the same, Krishna or his opulence. What do we want from the Lord? It's the thing. And if you notice in the demoniac qualities mentioned in 16th chapter, if you look at it, it actually reflects what people in mass, including even devotees, are thinking. It says in there, the demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have now, so much more I will accomplish by my plans. There's no one more religious than me. I will do some sacrifice. I will give some charity and we will all be happy. And I'm thinking, oh my God, that's what devotees will do. Thinking, okay, well, I've got to go to work. Well, if I want to retire at such and such age, I have to earn so much money. So let me try to do this. I better give some donation to the temple. Oh, my family is so nice. Isn't it so amazing? We are all so happy. It's so great. Is that not exactly described of the demoniac qualities? Whereas what is the devotee qualities? I want to please Lord Krishna and bus. That's it. There's not a lot in the 12th chapter for Krishna, the 12th chapter for bhakti. The thing is very little. Krishna says those that follow the 9 processes of bhakti develop a strong desire to attain me. That's it. Bhakti is trying to please Krishna. All the other stuff is grouped under demoniac qualities. So the main focus should be just please the Lord. So what did Arjuna say? Krishna, I just want you. I don't care. Your sena's great. It can probably destroy all of ours many times over. But I just want you. And Duryodhana is very much the diplomat saying, oh, you know what? Because you've taken him, I guess I'll have the armies then. All of your Narayani Sena and all of this stuff. So he goes back thinking, great, I've done so wonderful. And when he tells Shakuni, he goes, oh, wonderful news. Arjun, that fool, he's taken Krishna and he's unarmed. What's he going to do? And Shakuni goes, I gave you one thing to do, just one job. You know, in the comedy series, you see, you had one thing to do. He had one, he goes, that Krishna is worth more than hundreds of Narayani Senas. And this is the amazing thing. I was reading in Srimad Bhagavatam the other day that when Krishna kills the demons, do you know they actually get total deliverance from material existence? Meaning they're liberated, but it doesn't always happen the way we think. One, if that demon knows that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, he goes into Vaikuntha. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. If the demon just thinks, oh, this is some powerful personality that's killing me, he merges into Brahmajyoti. Srila Prabhupada made that distinction in the purport. If he realizes, because remember, Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, they knew Krishna was the Supreme Lord. They just didn't care. When they sent Akrura, the Yadu dynasty did, to the Dhritarashtra to talk some sense into him before the battle, because they realized they're going to get slaughtered. Akrura went there and he was greeted by Dhritarashtra. He said to him, he said, you do realize, like, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Dhritarashtra said, oh yeah, I know. I goes, and I know he's come here to destroy my whole dynasty. He goes, I know this. He goes, but I'm too attached to my child. What can I do? I want to fulfill his ambition. Akrura goes, so you know you're going to be annihilated? He goes, yeah, I know. So you can see, even if you know Lord Krishna is a Supreme Personality of Godhead there, but you don't surrender. And we've got exactly, you might think, oh, well, if Krishna was here, I would really surrender, wouldn't I? Oh, no, yes. He's holding a flute. He's got the pitambar on. He's got kasturba. That must be Krishna. Hold on. Lord Krishna's right there. The lordships are right there. That is the Lord. Do we surrender fully? Do we give all of our time? Do we try and dedicate 100% of our time to Krishna consciousness? No, we don't. Even though the Lord is there. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. He goes, even if I was to bring Krishna right in front of you, it wouldn't make any difference, because you will do what's in your heart's desire. So what does Krishna do for us in that? He's very, very merciful. He frustrates us completely in our material desires. Complete frustration. So that we just get sick of it. And it said in the Bhagavad Gita reading today, one of the qualifications is one is completely done with material existence. That's the thing when someone will be like, right, I'll engage in bhakti. And one thing to note, the modes of material nature are very peculiar. So there's Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. These three are the modes of material nature. So mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. most of the world is in mode of ignorance. And then a few people are in mode of passion. Okay? Passion meaning they work very, very hard. They're driven to achieve something. Mode of ignorance is just, exactly. They're basically no good for themselves or for other people. And it's categorized by having so many desires, but quite lazy, not achieving them or anything like that. In these two modes, and even in the mode of goodness, so to speak, I was reading in Srila Prabhupada's purports, it said, the modes are designed to make you go down, down, down into more and more suffering, more and more pain. They're designed like that. To induce that in you, to act in such a way where it increases your suffering and it increases the distress in this world. You might think, that's so cruel. Why is that? Okay? Imagine, in the mode of passion or the mode of ignorance, whatever material desires you have, you'll rush after them like anything. Let's say someone likes to eat very much. Okay? Imagine if that person, you say you can eat whatever you want, whenever you want. Just go for it. What's that person going to ultimately do? Make himself ill? Yeah, if you tell a kid, eat as many chocolate bars as you want, he'll eat 20 chocolate bars and go and throw up. So you can see material desires themselves are designed to destroy you. The more you indulge in them, the more the body actually starts to break down, and then there's suffering, then there's disease. So all the modes are doing is amplifying these things within a person. So my Guru Maharaj used to say, come to Satogun, at least come to the mode of goodness. And if you read in Bhagavad Gita, in the chapter where the modes of nature are described, the mode of goodness is not just someone that just sits there and just meditates for hours. It was saying in there that that person who does his prescribed duties, meaning even your work, with full endeavor, is saying the person in the mode of goodness does his prescribed duties with full endeavor and does them completely, but is not hankering for the result. He does those things, and the result he gives to Krishna and just leaves it to the Lord. This is why people used to think, oh, devotees, oh, you're lazy. Devotees are lazy. Oh, you just do bhakti. Oh, you don't do anything else. Devotees are not lazy at all. Devotees will work super hard, but they'll work hard for Krishna. That's the distinction. So distinction in this world, don't be in tamogun, don't be in rajogun. Guru Maharaj used to say, become at least come to the human platform, mode of goodness. At that point, you can actually do bhakti very nicely. So Bhagavad Gita we've read very nicely today and yesterday. There's the 16th chapter goes into divine and demoniac natures. I highly advise everyone, please go and read it. There's so many divine qualities there, let's try and develop them. The demoniac qualities, which we all have, let's try and reduce them. In the 17th chapter and the 18th chapter, it describes what is foods in the mode of goodness, what is charity in the mode of goodness, what is even performing rituals in the mode of goodness. Even things like rituals, says if you don't understand it, without understanding, you just go and do the ritual, without any procedure or anything like that. One person at a yajna, the pundit was taking too long for a wedding ceremony. He told them, oh, what's this Shangan Mangan you're doing? And he went, Shangan Mangan Swaha, finished. They actually did that at a yajna. That's doing some sort of ritual in the mode of darkness, not following any rules and regulations. So please, look to Bhagavad Gita to fix your life. Krishna spoke it not just for Arjun, but for all of us. Okay, so I'll end the class there and we'll actually do Aarti. So, Jai Hare Krishna.
While they're waiting, Hare Krishna.
So, those of you missed yesterday, we had a fantastic celebration. What it was Gita Jayanti, the day Gita was spoken. And we have a new guest, this Rohan, yeah, sorry, behind you. It's her birthday today, so they're coming for the first time. And I said to them, actually, you know, this is one where some temples are celebrating it today in Bharat. Yeah. So she's sharing her birthday with the birthday of Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so well done. So Gita, and yesterday was also Mokshada Ekadashi. Mokshada Ekadashi. Right? So we encourage everyone that during this period, we in ISKCON like to distribute books to enlighten people about our Dharma. And of course, Gita is the famous book. And we endeavor to raise sponsored Gitas so that throughout the year then we can give them out to those who can't afford it. You know, many people come throughout the year and they can't really afford it, so we just said, well, take one, it's sponsored. So this is the period when we try and sponsor the Gita. So we're encouraging you, those who were on it yesterday, please sponsor some Gitas for this wonderful work which this temple and all other ISKCON temples around the world engage in this time of the year, which is sponsoring the distribution of this foundation Sanatandam book, Bhagavad Gita. The 10 pounds each. 10 pounds to buy, 10 pounds to sponsor. Hare Krishna. So we'll do the Guru Arati now. Hare Krishna.
Kipa jayo jayo Gaura Chande Aroti Shobha Jayo Gaura Chande Aroti Shobha Janavitata Jagamanaloba Takine nitai chan Pame katadhara Kate Advaita Shini Vasa Chatradhara Vasi Ache Korachan Ratna Simhasane Ratna Simhasane Aroti Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosadigaya करताला मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्र जीनी वदन उज्ज्वला काल देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाला शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गदगादा pakati vinoda deke gaurara sampada jayo jayo gaura chande arotika shobha Tatavane Jagamanaloba কাজানা মানা লোবা নিতাই করা হারিব 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 নিতাই করা হারিব
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shurnavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Hare Bol. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Harinam Sankirtan ki jai.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tume.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Nayana Pathagami Bhava Tume.
Jai Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jagannath.
Fine. That's normal, just carry on. Swami Jagannath. Go higher. Major, do whatever you want.
Jai Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Shiva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jaya Sachi Nandana Gaura
जय सचिनंदन गौरा हरि विष्णु प्रिया प्राणोदन नदीय बिहारी जय निताय जान जय निताय जान जय निताय जान एक चक्रधाम जय राधा गोकुल नंद राधा गोकुल नंद राधे Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jayo Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jayo Giri Govardhan Madhusudan, Shri Madhusudan, Shri Madhusudan, Jaya Shri Madhusudan. Jaya Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Mani Ma, Jaya Mani Ma. Sudarshan, Sudarshan, Jaya Rakshama. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Sitaram Lakshman, Jaya Radha Raman. Jaya Radha Raman Radha Raman Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Gurudev 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 Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari
Premananda Hari Bol Jaya Vishnupat Paramamsa Parivrajacharya Stotra Sat Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Bibiri founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Author of Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gita Jayanti Mahotsava Ki Jai. Mokshada Ekadashi Ki Jai. Shri Shri Satchidananda Nitai Chan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhav Shri Radha Raman Lal Ki Jai. Shri Mani Ma Shri Madhusudan Shri Giriraj Ki Jai. Prem Se Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhakta Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharaj Ki Jai. Namachari Das Thakur Ki Jai. Krishna Maha Ki Jai. Hari Naam Ki Jai. Transcendental Prabhu Distribution Ki Jai. ISKCON Coventry Yatra Ki Jai. ISKCON Bhagwan Yatra Ki Jai. December Marathon Ki Jai. Gaura Premanari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. So we will sing the Singati now. Today we are remembering especially Babu Rao, father-in-law of Satya's sister, and we're also remembering our own Naval. Naval seems to be really struggling, with continuing infection of something or other. So remember.
Yeah.
Namaste Narasingaya. Praladayani. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaya.
Jai Ho. Okay, we finished. So, today is a special day for Ruhani. That's your name, isn't it? Yes. If you come and stand here. So everyone, we're going to bless her. So first of all, we'll say happy birthday to her. It's her birthday. How old are you?
I'm turning 9.
No, you can't be turning 9. Is she 8 already? She's 9 now. So you turned. Yeah. Today you've turned. All right. So turn this way. And then turn that way. You turn 9. Give a big round of applause for turning 9. Yeah. So we're going to sing. It's Ruhani. So we'll say happy birthday to you. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruhani. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Ruhani. Hare Krishna to you. Give a big round of applause. Jai. Jai. So what we're going to do is, can you put your left hand on your heart and right hand towards her? No, you're going to receive blessings, okay? So you stand like that with your hands like that. That's good. So left hand on the heart, right towards her, and we're going to chant Mahamantra once. Okay, everybody, here we go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wonderful. So there you are. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
And did you enjoy dancing for Krishna?
Yes, I did.
Very good. So you can come every Sunday and dance for him?
Yeah.
Do you have a mandir in the house?
Yeah, I do.
They do? Yeah. Who's in the altar?
What do you mean?
Means which deity, which form is on the altar?
Lord Krishna.
Oh, Lord Krishna. And who else? Radharani, no?
No.
No, Radharani. Bachara bachelor reh gaya. Bhagopal, Laddu Gopal. Yeah, Laddu
Yeah,
Gopal.
yeah.
Very good. Who else?
All the gods.
All gone hai?
All the gods?
All the gods.
I don't think so.
Okay, very good. So, she very lovely answer. So, give a big round of applause. She did very well. So, you can sit there. And also, we have some guests. They are from. Where are you from? Romania. Give a big round of applause for Romania. Yeah. Yes. And so we are from. There's Romania, and then there's India after that. And we're all together in England together. Yeah, very good. So now we'll have feast, and Vidya Prabhu has got some announcements. Yeah.
Again, just to remind that, this lovely month, this period of Gita Jayanti, Moksha Ekadashi, we encourage people to sponsor Bhagavad Gita's. And if you do sponsor 5 or more, then you get a free calendar, 2023 ISKCON UK calendar. Otherwise, you have to buy one for 5 pounds. And we have some regular friends of the temple who give donations monthly, standing orders, so they get one complimentary from the temple. Hare Krishna. So thank you all again. But I just think we need to do. No, we need to cut a new view. So we need to cut a new plastic sheet. So I need space here, please. Back a bit.